At this moment, you might be wondering if Pi Network is really going to make you rich. Are you confused about what's really happening with Pi Today tomorrow? Do you want to know why the whales are tricking you and what they don't want you to see? If you're asking these questions, then you're in exactly the right place. I'm going to answer all your most pressing questions about Pi Network in this video. And trust me, what I'm about to reveal will shock you. But before we dive in, let me ask you this. Did you know that Pi Network is about to unlock access for millions of users in China, Africa, and Latin America tomorrow? Did you know that the core team just hinted at a massive AI integration that could change everything? And did you know that despite all this exciting news, PiCoin just crashed 35% in the last month? Something doesn't add up, right? The whales are playing games, and I'm going to expose exactly what's happening. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand the real truth about Pi Network's future. Let's now take my time greet and welcoming all my incredible pioneer to the channel, where we dive deep into the Pi Network developments that matter most. I'm thrilled you're here, because today we're uncovering what could be the most significant Pi Network announcement in years. Whether you're watching from Papua New Guinea, United States, India, Nigeria, Philippines, South Africa, Kenya, or anywhere else on this beautiful planet, you can join our community by subscribing and ring notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, comment Pi Network to the moon along with your country. Tomorrow is June 28th, 2025, Pi Today. But this isn't just any ordinary Pi Today. This could be the most important day in Pi Network's history. Let me tell you why. First, let's talk about what's really happening tomorrow. The core team is expected to announce the second wave of KYC verification. This means millions of users in China, Africa, and Latin America could finally get access to their Pi coins. Think about it. We're talking about regions with billions of people who have been waiting for this moment. But here's where it gets interesting. While everyone is excited about this news, PiCoin has crashed from over 60 cents to around 40 cents in just 1 month. Why would the price go down when such big news is coming? The answer is simple. The whales know something we don't. They're accumulating Pi at lower prices while retail investors panic and sell. This is a classic manipulation tactic, and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Now, let me blow your mind with something even bigger. Dr. Nicholas Kokalis, the co-founder of Pi Network, recently appeared at a major AI panel during Consensus 2025. He wasn't there just to chat. He was there to announce something revolutionary. Pi Network is integrating generative AI into its ecosystem. But this isn't just adding some AI features. We're talking about AI that will handle data processing, mining optimization, KYC verification, and even reward distribution. Imagine a world where AI makes Pi Network faster, smarter, and more efficient. The core team is reportedly working on new SDK tools that will let developers integrate AI APIs directly into Pi apps. This means every app in the Pi ecosystem could become AI-powered. Think about the possibilities: AI-driven marketplaces, intelligent payment systems, smart contracts that think for themselves. But here's the kicker. Most people don't understand what this means for Pi's value. While everyone is focused on the price going up and down, the real value is being built behind the scenes. This AI integration could make Pi Network the most advanced blockchain ecosystem in the world. Let me tell you about another game-changing update that most people are ignoring. Pi Network just launched the KYC sync feature. This allows pioneers to synchronize their KYC status between Pi app and Pi browser. You might think, okay, so what? That sounds boring. But listen carefully. This solves one of the biggest problems Pi Network has faced. Before this update, many users were stuck because their KYC status wasn't matching between different parts of the system. This created confusion, delays, and frustrated users. Now, with KYC Sync, everything works smoothly. Users can easily move between the mobile app and the browser version without losing their verification status. This might seem like a small technical fix, but it's actually huge for user experience and adoption. And here's why this matters for the price. When technical problems are solved, more people can actually use their PiCoins. More usage means more demand. More demand eventually means higher prices. The whales understand this connection, which is why they're accumulating now while the price is still low. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room: the price. I know many of you are frustrated. You've been holding Pi for months or even years, and the price keeps going up and down. You see other coins pumping, and you wonder if Pi will ever make you money. Here's the truth that no one else is telling you. The current price action is exactly what should be expected, and here's why. First, Pi network is still in its early phases. The circulating supply is continuously being unlocked as more users complete KYC. Every time new coins enter the market, it creates temporary downward pressure on the price. This is basic economics. More supply without proportional demand, increase means lower prices. Second, most Pi holders are still in accumulation mode. They're not using their Pi coins to buy goods and services. They're just holding and waiting for the price to go up. But here's the problem. If no one uses Pi, there's no real demand. Without real demand, the price will stay low no matter how much good news comes out. Third, and this is the big one, the whales are manipulating the market. They know that retail investors get emotional. When good news comes out, retail investors expect the price to pump immediately. When it doesn't, they get scared and sell. The whales are using this predictable behavior to buy Pi at lower prices. I've seen this pattern in many cryptocurrencies. The smart money accumulates during the boring times when everyone else is losing interest. Then, when the real breakthrough happens, they're already positioned to benefit. Let me paint a picture of what's really happening in the Pi ecosystem. In 2024, Pi Today brought in 4.5 million participants who tested new apps and completed KYC. That was huge, but 2025 is going to be even bigger. Right now, there are businesses going through the KYB, Know Your Business process, to integrate with Pi network. We're talking about real companies that want to accept Pi as payment. Some reports suggest that major exchanges like those listed on minepi.com are expanding their Pi trading pairs. The Pi domain system is also creating a new internet within the Pi ecosystem. Businesses are setting up their Pi websites, creating a parallel digital economy. Think about it. When you have your own domain system, your own currency, your own apps, and your own AI integration, you're not just a cryptocurrency anymore. You're a complete digital ecosystem. And here's something most people don't realize. CoinDesk, one of the biggest names in crypto media, is reportedly going through the KYB process to potentially list Pi. If this happens, it would give Pi network massive credibility in the traditional crypto world. Institutional investors who have been watching from the sidelines might finally jump in. Now, let's talk about tomorrow's potential announcement about KYC access for China, Africa, and Latin America. This isn't just about adding more users, it's about adding the right users. China has the world's largest population and a huge appetite for digital payments and blockchain technology. Africa is experiencing rapid growth in mobile payments and cryptocurrency adoption. Latin America has been embracing crypto as a hedge against currency instability. When these regions get full access to Pi network, we're not just talking about more users. We're talking about users who are ready to actually use Pi for real transactions. These are markets where digital payments are already part of daily life. Imagine millions of new users suddenly able to access their Pi coins, use Pi apps, and participate in the Pi economy. The demand surge could be massive. But here's the smart money play. The whales know this is coming, so they're accumulating now before the announcement. Something else that's flying under the radar is the developer activity in Pi network. The new SDK tools for AI integration aren't just technical updates. They're going to unleash a wave of innovation. Developers love working with cutting-edge technology. When Pi Network becomes the first major blockchain to offer easy AI integration, developers will flock to build on the platform. More developers mean more apps. More apps mean more use cases. More use cases mean more reasons for people to hold and use Pi. I've been tracking the developer community, and the excitement is building. There are hackathons being planned, development grants being discussed, and partnerships being formed. This is the kind of grassroots growth that creates long-term value. Let me break down exactly how the whales are playing this game, because understanding their strategy will help you make better decisions. Step 1. The whales spread fear, uncertainty, and doubt while accumulating. They want retail investors to sell so they can buy cheaper. Step 2. They suppress the price by selling small amounts whenever good news comes out. This creates the illusion that the news doesn't matter. Step 3. They wait for the real breakthrough moment, probably the full ecosystem launch with AI integration and global KYC access. Step 4. Once retail investors have given up and moved on to other projects, the whales stop suppressing the price and let it rise naturally. Step 5. When the price starts moving up, FOMO kicks in and retail investors buy back at much higher prices. This is a classic accumulation and distribution cycle. The question is, are you going to be manipulated by this strategy, or are you going to use it to your advantage? Based on everything I've shared, here's my honest advice. First, don't expect overnight riches. Pi Network is building something big, but big things take time. The whales want you to get impatient and sell. Don't give them that satisfaction. Second, start using Pi in the ecosystem. Don't just hold it, spend some, trade some, experiment with the apps. Real demand comes from real usage. If you want the price to go up, you need to be part of creating that demand. Third, keep accumulating if you believe in the long-term vision. The whales are accumulating for a reason. They see the AI integration, the global expansion, and the ecosystem development. They know something big is coming. Fourth, diversify your crypto portfolio. Never put all your money in one project, no matter how promising it looks. Smart investing is about managing risk while maximizing opportunity. Fifth, stay informed, but don't get caught up in the daily price movements. Focus on the fundamental developments, the technology progress, the partnership announcements, the user adoption metrics. Let me paint a picture of what Pi Network could look like in 12 to 18 months if everything goes according to plan. Imagine a world where Pi Network has 100 million active users across all continents. AI is integrated into every part of the ecosystem, making transactions faster and smarter. Thousands of businesses accept Pi as payment. The Pi domain system has created a thriving digital economy. Major exchanges have listed Pi, bringing institutional investment. The price has stabilized at a level that reflects the real utility and adoption. Users aren't just speculating on the price, they're using Pi for real-world transactions every day. This isn't just wishful thinking. This is what the roadmap points toward. The question is, will you position yourself for this future, or will you let the whales manipulate you out of your position? Now, I wouldn't be giving you complete information if I didn't mention the risks. Pi Network still faces significant challenges. The biggest challenge is adoption. Having great technology doesn't guarantee success. Pi needs to convince millions of people to actually use the ecosystem regularly. This requires more than just hype. It requires solving real problems for real people. The second challenge is regulatory. As Pi Network grows and expands globally, it will face increased scrutiny from governments and financial regulators. How they handle this could determine their long-term success. The third challenge is competition. Other blockchain projects are also working on AI integration, global adoption, and ecosystem development. Pi Network needs to execute better and faster than the competition. The fourth challenge is technical scalability. As more users join and more apps are built, the network needs to handle increased transaction volume without slowing down or becoming expensive to use. Here's something most people don't pay attention to: the core team's communication patterns. When Dr. Nicholas Kokkalis appears at major industry events, it's usually a signal that something big is coming. His appearance at Consensus 2025 wasn't random, it was strategic positioning. Also, pay attention to the timing of updates. The KYC sync feature was released just before Pi Day. The AI integration hints are coming just before Pi 2 Day. This suggests that tomorrow's announcement could be bigger than most people expect. Another insider signal: the business KYB applications have been increasing rapidly. This means real companies are preparing to integrate with Pi Network. They wouldn't go through this process unless they expected significant user adoption. What excites me most about Pi Network right now isn't the price. It's the momentum building in areas that most people ignore. The developer community is growing. The business integration pipeline is expanding. The technology infrastructure is becoming more robust. The global user base is becoming more engaged. These are the foundations of real, sustainable growth. Price pumps come and go, but fundamental progress creates lasting value. I've been in the crypto space long enough to recognize when a project is building something real versus just creating hype. Pi Network is building something real. We're at a critical decision point for Pi Network. Tomorrow's Pi 2 Day could be the catalyst that takes Pi from experimental project to mainstream adoption. Or it could be another overhyped event that leads to disappointment. The difference will be determined by how the community responds. If pioneers start using Pi actively in the ecosystem, if businesses start accepting it for real transactions, if developers start building innovative apps, then we could see explosive growth. But if people just hold and wait for the price to pump without contributing to the ecosystem, then Pi Network will struggle to reach its potential. The choice is yours. You can be a passive spectator waiting for others to create value, or you can be an active participant helping to build the future. So, what's the bottom line? Pi 2 Day 2025 could be the most important day in Pi Network's history. The AI integration, global KYC expansion, and ecosystem development are creating unprecedented opportunities. The whales are accumulating while retail investors are distracted by short-term price movements. The smart money is positioning for the long-term breakthrough that's coming. But remember, success in crypto requires patience, education, and active participation. Don't just hold, use. Don't just hope, act. Don't just follow, lead. The future of Pi Network isn't just about technology or partnerships or price movements. It's about whether the community will step up and create the demand that matches the supply. Tomorrow is Pi Squared Day. The question isn't what the core team will announce. The question is, what will you do with the opportunities they're creating? If this video helped you understand what's really happening with Pi Network, please hit that like button. It helps the algorithm show this content to more people who need to see it. If you're interested in this video, write Pi Network to the moon, along with your country name and flag in the comments. I want to see our global Pi community represent. And if you want to stay updated on all the latest Pi Network developments, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm constantly researching and analyzing what's happening behind the scenes, and I share everything I discover with this community. Also, share this video with your fellow Pi pioneers. Knowledge is power, and the more informed our community is, the stronger we become. Remember, the whales are counting on you to be uninformed and emotional. Prove them wrong. Stay educated, stay patient, and stay focused on the long-term vision. The future is being built right now. Make sure you're part of building it, not just watching it happen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where I'll break down everything that happens on Pi 2 Day. Until then, keep pioneering.